toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Orlando, Florida, the Bounce House, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the West Virginia Mountaineers, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Mountaineers will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out. It's Cortez. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So UCF's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like, you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Pressure coming. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Knights in the hurry up.
Brings up third down.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Makes a catch, wants to make a move upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So West Virginia's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people.
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Motion from the wideout. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
The RPO, it's complete. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter.
Throws toward the end zone. And that ball is caught in the back of the end zone, but the officials are signaling incomplete. He was out of bounds. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13. And the Mountaineers have their offense in high gear. Lets it go to the end zone, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
West Virginia, number 12.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
UCF, 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Cortez. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off the play fake on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. Really nice job to get him past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Lanier. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Right down the middle. Got a man. It's Lanier. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Finds his tight end. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The Knights didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Used the play fake, now to throw. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Nice route, nice catch by this receiver. What's important for a quarterback throwing the in route to a guy in the slot?
Well, I think he has to have great timing. I think the receiver needs to get his right depth so that they know exactly where each other is going to be and when the ball is going to be in the air. These two...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Pittsburgh looked like a bunch of world beaters today in a stern-to-stem beatdown. I think a lot of people forget this program won 5 national titles last century. A rich tradition and a sparkling performance today. Always fun to see two of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Picks up the first down, still moving. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The offense changing the play. Misfired on first down. Back to the air on second. This time he's got it. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Trying to set up the screen. Breaks into the open. Smashes through the tackle. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off, needing just a few inches and going up top to get it. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Cortez. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He tries to take the top off. Makes a grab down the middle. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. The Knights racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Now the play fake. A strike downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, UCF!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point splits the uprights. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They go to the ground. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. The play-action fake. Got his man on the right. There he goes. That's a fumble on the play. Defense got it. They're on the run. They bring him down, but not only did they get the turnover, he picked up a chunk of yardage, too.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier, swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets the stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
From third down. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Lofts one high and deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it deep.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Myers on the move. He's got an open man. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. The Mountaineers will snap it on 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. It's complete on the right side. Drills him with the stiff arm. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He throws one to the left. He's got it along the sideline. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. He dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Off the RPO, complete. Fights off the defender. Now the connection takes it to the 11. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And the Mountaineers want to pick up the tempo. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Lets it fly. Touchdown, West Virginia. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Nevada is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping. They're trailing by 14 to Iowa. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31. The Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. They send the tight end in motion. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They're working that left side. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Mountaineers will hustle to the line. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. It's complete. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. And the Mountaineers will have it first and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
It's now second down.
They're dealing with a second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Got his man downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football.
And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Wants to fire on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he makes the catch. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the gun, looking for a man. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
That makes the score West Virginia 28, UCF 14.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it into the running back. He has a knack for taking away the tackler's leverage. He's out to the 34. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, 1 half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys just down the road from our EA Sports studios at the Bounce House.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The give to the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
The Mountaineers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Fires downfield. Looking for the goal line. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Mountaineers! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Going to swing it on second down. Got his man down the middle. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Snagged out of the air. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
The Knights want to move quickly.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
Rush is on him. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Knights send out the punt unit.
On to punt it away.
Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. The give to the back. got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun. Give on the inside. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's Beard.
Take the profit, right? Pitch and catch. Defense in zone coverage. Receivers got some access. Just spit it out to him. Let him catch it, advance, and get what he can get.
Turning it on. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Zings it complete to the right. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they're going to have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
That's a really nice gain. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
On the run, it's Cortez. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Coates. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Here we go.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the ground game. Inside the 35. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Touchdown, Mountaineers. And they take it in for 6 more points. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Dropping back, it's Coates. Here's a heat. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Knights will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Working it. On the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. West Virginia has it and the offense ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly...
Oh, a lot of space. Running inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Charlotte has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 21 to Utah State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. Here's the pressure. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
The one thing I love about this defense, and they're showing it here in this game, is there's a variety of ways they can get after your quarterback. They can get home with 4, they can get home with 3, or they can blitz guys from all over the field, but they've got athletes with bad intentions, and they've registered a ton of sacks in this one.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lanier. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The give to the tailback. Touchdown, Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Getting set for the point after.
For the extra point.
Smashes it through for the PAT. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking downfield on 1st down. Dances away. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense because, remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
That's reeled in. It's Lindsey. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
The Mountaineers are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to get the first through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Beard. There he goes. Inside the... And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, West Virginia. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Coates. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. They want to throw it. Setting up the screen. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
The Knights with the 1st and 10. To the air. It's Coates. Got his man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times.
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Splits those uprights right in half. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's first down. Wants to throw on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. He'll take another shot here. Makes a grab on the shot. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking to throw on first down. Gets rid of it. It's complete to the right. Headed to the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one. The Knights trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one stop with this many points that's being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jet.